1 second. Perfect. I'm on Do Not Disturb on my laptop. It's so good to see you all. I can see that you're watching at least. So I got some feedback that you wanted a little bit shorter of videos. They're easier to commit to. I hear that. And to just target some specific areas of the body. So it'll be a little bit arms and abs today. Happy end of stay at home. I hope all of you are staying safe and healthy as you travel back out into the world. I know I am. We're getting outside a little bit more. I'm really excited that summer is upon us. Still a little bit of spring weather has been nice. Sometimes Colorado jumps right into summer and it gets really hot and everyone gets miserable right away. So it's nice that it's still having some chilly nights and mornings. So we're gonna start just seated and warm up the arms and the neck a little bit. I find that when you target 1 or 2 muscle groups, the whole class, they tend to fatigue, which is usually why we mix it up a bit. But since we're doing a little bit shorter of a class, this will be a nice little warm up, and hopefully we won't fatigue as quickly. So we're gonna start seated, whatever comfortable seat is for you. And I'm gonna choose just to sit on a yoga block. It's easier on my hips and my thighs. We're gonna start with a TheraBand. So go ahead and grab your TheraBand. We're also going to use some hand weights, or I use 1 pound weights. So you can use 2 pounds, 3 pounds, whichever. I wouldn't go much heavier than 5 pounds for arms, unless you've got some really strong upper body, and then by all means. These classes may not be right for everybody. That's my little disclaimer. If you've got a serious injury, specifically in your head, neck, shoulders, or elbows or arms, this specific class might not be for you. Just let me know if you have any questions about your injuries, and we can decide whether you can take it or not. These will be available at all times on the YouTube channel. All right, so find your comfortable seat. I'm gonna sit cross-legged. We're gonna grab the band, and we're just gonna do some real basic movements to start. You're gonna hold the band about shoulder width. Also, if you don't have a band, you can sort of do this with a towel or anything that you can find that's a little bit stretchy. Obviously, if it's a towel, it's not going to stretch very far. So it'll feel a lot different, but it will still activate some of the muscle groups that we're looking for, okay? So reaching the arms out, you're going to hold about shoulder height and about a little bit wider than shoulder distance. And then we're just going to start by pulling the arms open and closing. Take your time with these. So I want you to sit up nice and tall, reaching almost up and forwards to your chest, and then quiet your spine just so that there's not a lot of movement in it. And we're opening out. If you can get to a T, awesome. If not, just open and work into it. It doesn't have to be the hardest movement that you've done all day. I'm just trying to wake some things up. My palms are facing down, okay? We're gonna go out and in a couple of times. Sometimes when you jump right into those heavy workouts and you haven't warmed anything up, you just don't perform as well as you do by doing something simple like this. Okay, so now we're gonna take it up and overhead. So now my palms are facing the camera, and we're gonna open and close. We're gonna go just so that the band maybe grazes the top of your hair, and then lifting back up. Exhale. Just nice big breaths. Check in with your spine. See if you can soften. Rib cage gently draws back. Even though we're working the shoulders, they are gently drawing down your back. Now, take it a little bit farther. Continue to pull the arms. The band is going to go slightly behind the head, and you're going to see if you can get to that T position. And then we're going to come back up and towards the ceiling. Out and here. So the more narrow you grip on your band, the harder or the more tension you're going to get on your band. So you kind of decide where you're at this point. And to get it behind your head, it's the arms that have to drop out and back a little bit more to do that, rather than letting your head kind of fall and dip forwards. Okay, so exhale as you pull out and down. And 2 more. Here. And here. Nice. Let it come up and back to start. We're going to flip the hands under, and we're going to practice a little pull out this way. So it's the same thing that we started with. I'm going to go just a little bit more narrow. Palms are facing up this time. It would be like you had a hitchhiker thumb if you stuck them out, okay? So now we're going to open here. It's just a little bit different part of the arm and the shoulder. Exhale, pull out and away. And here. It's okay to smile while you do Pilates, I promise. Open. And close. Open and close. Let's do 2 more. As you open, the spine is still. Just letting the shoulder blades roll over the rib cage as you open. They gently come together and then back to center. Nice. Now we're going to bring the elbows back. Go ahead and grab even a little bit more narrow on your band. So now your biceps, I'll do this from the side to start so you can see it. You can see my spine a little bit better that way as well. So you're going to sit with the elbows and the biceps, forearms at about 90 degrees, and you're going to open the forearms out towards the side. We're going to keep the spine still to start. If you don't really feel that or you're getting too much slack in your band, go even more narrow and open. So I'll even get a little bit closer to the camera so you can see what that looks like too. So you're seated, hugging close, and you're opening and closing. So the spine is pretty still. Your elbow is now your pivot point. So it looks like this. Sorry for that extra close up. Continue there. Okay. And this is waking up the external rotators in our shoulders. Good. A little bit more narrow for me. Exhale. So the elbows don't have to squeeze next to your sides either. You can almost imagine there is a little 1-inch pillow in between your elbow and your rib cage, keeping just about that much space there. Nice. This gets me nice and warmed up. So now we're going to open and we're going to lift the chest and then come back and close the arms. Open, pivot on the elbows, lengthen like you're shining your sternum up towards the ceiling. You will be extending the spine a little bit. The gaze will come up. This is a little warm up for your neck. So you open, lift the chest like you were trying to shine a new necklace up towards the ceiling. Someone looking down on you. Open the arms. 3 more. Inhale as you lift up like you were trying to fill up big balloons in the fronts of your lungs. Open, lift, back to center, and in. Last one. Maybe get a little bit more narrow if you can. Open, lift the chest, gaze up and back to center, and here. Go ahead and get rid of your bandages for now. We're going to bring, however you're still comfortably seated, we're going to bring the hands behind the head, and we're going to do just a little bit of rotation here. So gently pressing the head back into the hands, elbows come a little bit forwards so you can see them in your peripheral vision. We're just going to do just a gentle rotation here, okay? Keeping the elbows in the same position, let the movement come from your chest and your rib cage. Exhale. Good. Let's go back to center. We're going to do just a little side bend. Up. Rather than focusing on how close you're getting to the floor, think about the opposite side, the side you're side bending away from. Think about expanding those ribs, seeing how far away from one another you can get them. Like maybe they had some peanut butter on them, but you were going to try to stretch them and get rid of the peanut butter, get rid of that sticky feeling. Up and over. Back to center. Think up and over like a slinky moves. Really expanding. Here. Back to center. Go ahead and rest your arms by your sides. We're going to do just a gentle little neck roll here. So you're going to let your gaze go to the right. You're going to look to the right. We're going to come down, looking down towards the floor. Lift up to the left. Back to center. Back to the left. Down. Little neck roll. Up and to center, back to the right, down, over, and to center. Now just a little nod I'm nodding my head to the right, towards my right shoulder. I'm gonna really gently take that right hand up and over and just give a little pull on the neck. And then think about reaching your left hand down towards the floor. You might not even have to pull here to get that gentle stretch to your neck. Please be nice to your neck here, no yanking. Gently let that come away. Even take your hand on your side of your head and lift it back up. Come back here. We're gonna go head to the left shoulder. Bring the left arm up and over. If you need to, you can bring it there just for a little bit of resistance, but don't pull if it doesn't feel right. Reach that right arm down. If you're up on a block, the floor is even farther away. It might give you an even bigger stretch. Good. Let that come back up and over. I'm saying good to myself because I can see myself. And bring it back up to center. Bring both hands behind your head. We're going to do a gentle pull forwards. You round the spine. Gazes down. And then up into here. We're going to go down, round the spine. Belly just gently pulls back. And up. I'm going to do 2 more like that, and then I promise we'll get to work. Exhale, pop. And lift the chest. Maybe add a little extension at the top, like move however feels good in some of these warm-ups. This isn't an exact science. I'm almost kind of making this up as I go. Feels good to me. Hope it feels good to you. We'll come back up into center, and now we've got just a nice little warm-up underneath us. I want to also give the option that as we do a lot of this thoracic flexion, this is the sit-up position basically. If that just gets to be too much, you're only feeling it in your neck and not your abs, you're gonna grab something. I have a ball, so this is gonna work best if you have something like this. If you can put it in middle back, and then when we're doing all of these exercises, you're just getting a little bit of support underneath you so that you're not having to work so hard through the flexors in your neck, okay? Options for everybody. Let's go ahead and lay down, roll to your backs. We're gonna start with a bridge to basically a chest lift position. So reach your arms nice and long, find about hips width distance with your feet and your legs. And we're gonna start to roll the pelvis backwards. We're gonna bridge up. Reach the arms nice and long in front of you. Pause just at the top of the bridge, just for a moment, just to check in with the body. And then roll back down. And as you get to the bottom, find your chest lift at your sit-up position. Come up, look in between the legs. Roll down through the upper body. Arms can rest. We're going to reach up with the pelvis back into your bridge. Okay? Roll down. Make it fluid. Come up, exhale. Inhale, roll down. Remember that breath is the #1 principle in Pilates, okay, you guys? Make sure you're breathing, whether you're doing it opposite of me or the same as me. I just want you to breathe. Up, peel, and lift. And down. We're going to hold the chest lift, and we're going to start to pump the arms. Gazes forwards. Chin is about level with the floor. And we're inhaling for counts of 5, pumping the arms. Exhaling for counts of 5. This is a little modified version of the 100. Keep your arms reaching long. Keep your gaze forwards. Pretend like I could hear you breathe and breathe louder. 2 more sets. You can do it. If you need to support your head in your hands, you can. Curl up 1 more inch, last set. Roll down, bridge up. Reach the arms up and overhead. Keep them up and overhead as you come out of the bridge. Take your time as you lengthen all the way down. And a quick little rest. Now go ahead and bring the arms by the sides. We're going to hug right against the sides. If you need a little support, they can come a little bit wider, no problem. You're going to bring 1 leg up to tabletop and then the other leg up. Okay, so we're about 90 degrees with the legs. You're going to let 1 leg dip down towards the mat and then exhale, bring it back up. Some good old femur arcs. We target a little bit more of the lower abdominal region here. Soften through the head, neck, and shoulders. If you need a little support under your head and neck here, that's fine. Try to keep the back of the neck long by drawing the chin down a little bit. Almost if anyone has ever had traction on their neck where someone pulls on their head gently from behind, that's the sensation I want you to have as you do this movement. So we're just alternating back and forth. If you can get the toe down to the mat, just tap it so it doesn't feel like you're resting at the bottom. If you find that your lower back tends to arch as you get lower to the mat, that just means that the abdominals aren't controlling the movement anymore. We want them to. Your hip flexors should be working, but not overworking, okay? We want control. So as you do this, you want lower abdominal stimulation, a little bit of work through the hip flexors. Back and forth. And sorry, so if your low back is arching, you're gonna go not as low, okay? Just a smaller range of motion. Now, let's go both legs. Both legs dip down. See how I can't get to the mat on this one. You're gonna go as far as you can without letting the lower back change position. The ribs should feel like they stay in the same position here as well. Inhale down. Exhale, lift up. Sometimes I like to flip my palms so they face up towards the ceiling. It lets my shoulders feel like there is less tension in them. We've got 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Next one, let's hold for a count of 5. To your range of motion, find the stability, find the strength in the core. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the legs back up. Rest them down just for a second. Little butterfly stretch in the legs. Come back up into center. Let's find legs straight up towards the ceiling if you can, okay? If this is way too much on your hamstrings, go ahead and lower. You can lower to tabletop instead. If you can get them straight or almost straight even, mine don't go all the way straight, that's okay too. We're gonna curl back up, head, neck, and shoulders, and lower back down. Inhale here, exhale, curl. Curl up. Down. This next one, we are going to hold and finish our hundreds, okay? Curl up, exhale, reach the arms down and forwards, pump the arms. If you want, lower the legs to about 45 degrees. If that's too much, keep them straight. If you need tabletop, that's okay. Find what works best for you to maintain the form and breathe. If you need to support your head in your hands, you can. Keep breathing at the same speed. Last set. Inhale. Exhale. And rest head, neck, and shoulders. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Nice work. We're going to let the feet rest. We're going to grab our weights wherever they're at. Okay, so we've got 1 pound dumbbells are what are going to work for me. You're going to find almost the same prep for bridging. Okay, the arms are going to be up towards the ceiling. Now we have the weights. We're going to go slowly behind us with both arms. Really take your time here. We're going to try to go for about 30 seconds towards the ground. Length through the back of the neck. The arms are going to stay straight. If they can't stay straight, find the range where they can and stick to that. Okay. You've got the challenge here of trying to see if you can get both arms to move at the same speed. Try to hover off of the floor without letting it rest. And come back up. We're going to do 3 more. Feeling the back of the rib cage stay connected to the mat. Spine is basically still. There was 1, 2, 3. Still finding that nice big breath. It doesn't have to be an inhale and then exhale for each movement here since we're going kind of slow. Notice if you feel a nice little shaky in the arms, that's great. Hold at the bottom. Hold, hold, hold as far down as you can go with straight arms. Long spine, breathe. And slowly come back up. Really take your time. Find the quiver in the arms. Okay, now we're going to open towards the side. So before you open, rotate your arms so that the soft part of your forearm is facing you. Now we're going to open, maintaining that rotation as far out as you can go without letting the head of that shoulder pop forwards. The arms are straight, and we're going to open and close. It is a lot harder to control than it looks. Try not to make your movement super speedy here. It will definitely make it easier, but that's not why we're doing these, right? Hold in your T position. Now imagine you're doing a snow angel. Keep the rotation in the arms and start to travel those arms up. See if you can get your weights or whatever you're using to touch together. And then slowly open back out to the T. If you need to hover the arms a little higher off the floor so the head of your shoulder doesn't pop forwards, awesome. We're going to do 2 more. Really take your time. The slower you go, the more we're challenging those muscle fibers. Good, last one. If you can't get the weights to touch at the top, that's okay. Really nice. Come back out. Find your T. Go with me. Go really slow. Lifting the arms back towards the ceiling. Slow, 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 slow. Breathe. And rest the arms. You can go ahead and get rid of your weights. I'm going to go back into a little single leg stretch here. Back into some forward flexion with the head, neck, and shoulders. I like to use my hands to get up there. So go ahead and bring your hands behind your head. Curl up, head, neck, and shoulders. We're going to lift leg closest to the camera to tabletop, extending the other leg out so it hovers on the floor. Take your hands, bring them to your shin. If you want to get real, concise about it, outside hand goes to the ankle, inside hand goes across to the bottom of the knee. Maintain the flexion, switch the legs, switch the hand grip. The body stays still, and we move. Almost use a little push-pull in the hands into the shin to help you curl up. And switch, 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 switch. Breathe. Pick up the pace. Maintain your lift. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice quick pace, nice little abdominal burn. Now let's go into crisscross. Hands are going to come behind the head. We're going to curl up, head, neck, and shoulders. Legs are in tabletop. Extend one leg out long. The opposite elbow goes towards the knee. Come across and switch. See if you can keep the elbows a little bit wider. Just personal preference there. I feel like you work a little bit harder. Woo, it's hard to talk and do these. Stay lifted at the tips of the shoulder blades as you come across. Try not to yank on the neck. This is a great option for you if you need the ball behind the back. So we've got here, here, options. It still works you, I promise. But as I'm starting to talk and get a little bit into my neck, that's where I'm at. We're going to do 2 more on each side. Exhale. And rest. Really nice. We're going to roll to our sides. We're going to come onto our elbows and practice some side planks, okay? If you have any elbow or shoulder issues, either skip this one or pad your elbow, whatever you need to do. We're gonna come elbow right underneath the shoulder. We're gonna go both legs long. You can either stagger your legs here, or you can stack, whichever feels best. Okay, I'm gonna start with stacked feet and see how that feels, and then if I need to stagger, I will stagger. Inhale to prepare, legs are reaching long, pressing into the forearm and the elbow. We're gonna exhale, side plank. And come down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale. Finish your exhale at the top, so it's almost like a little pause. And back down. Sometimes if your elbow gives you just a little bit of pain, like mine is, I'm on a wood floor, you can just double your mat sometimes, and that does the trick. Up, way better, and down. 2 more, and then we're gonna hold. Exhale, lift, down, hold the side plank, lift, hand behind the head, rotate the upper body, back open. 5 more, exhale. Inhale. If you need to modify your side planks, you can bend your knees and lift like so. Okay, 3 more. Stay lifted, shoulder stays strong. 2 and 1. Open and down. Come up and side bend away. Really nice. Let's go opposite side. So I'm gonna have my left elbow down. Roll my mat again to start to measure. It's a nice little extra pad on hard floors. Or if you have an extra squishy mat, that's probably awesome, but a little bit more challenging on balance. Okay, legs reach long. Stack the feet if you want. Stagger the feet if you want. Finding just the side plank first. Lift and lower. Inhale at the bottom, exhale up, and down, and lift. 3 more, and then we'll hold. There's not really a whole lot of things in Pilates that are done really quickly, so just watch the pace. And hold. I think that was 3. Hand behind the head. Exhale forwards. Open. Forwards. 4 more. Open. And down. Keep the knees bent. Come up. It's just like a little mermaid stretch over and to the side. That's good. Thank you, obliques, for working pretty hard there. All right. Into our quadruped position on all fours. There you go. Hands and knees. Okay, we're going to start with just a little bit of arm work. Knees are right under the hips. Hands right under the shoulders. We're going to let one arm go forwards, and then out towards the side, and then back underneath. Forwards, out towards the side, reach it back, and let's go up and circle this time. Yeah, I like that better. Out, back, up, and forwards. Hold out to the T, pulse up, up. You can add your weights here. You can also come onto a fist on your other side if your wrist gives you trouble. Just little pulses. So with your weight, it'll look the same, just with your little dumbbell or your can of whatever. Pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Draw the arm back. 1. Pulse. Straight arm. Thumb is pointing down. Palm is facing in. Still in a quadruped position, still with a neutral spine. Pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Make it a tricep press now. Press back. Bending at the elbow, the forearm stays where it is. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down, switch sides, or switch arms. You don't have to turn around, but for the camera's sake, okay? Find that nice long position, a little bit of width through the sit bones with a weight or with no weight for this first set. Arm comes forwards, out, back. Circle it up and forwards, out, back. Up, out, back. I'm gonna grab my weight. We're gonna go up, out and hold, pulse up. Breathe, lift the ribs, keep that other hand really strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the arm back, pulse it up. Straight arm, doesn't have to go very high. Nice work. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tricep press, bend at the elbow, and reach. Trying to keep the weight as centered through the body as you can. 4, 3, keep pressing into that opposite arm. Last one. Take the weight down, come down onto the bellies, and bring the hands by the sides. We're gonna do just a nice little swan, pressing up into a little extension, and come back down. It's a nice little abdominal stretch. When you think about it, stretching you from the front, a lot of forward flexion, so it's nice to reverse it a little bit. Go as high as feels comfortable here. And press up, 2 more, up. Next, we're gonna hold. Pull back into the hands and then press, hold. Look to the right, draw the chin down, across to the left, and forwards. Keep pressing into the hands. Ribs are lifting, look towards me, down, up, and forwards. One more time each side. And forwards, back to the side, down, up, forwards. Come out of your swan, press up and into your child's pose. Knees are nice and wide here. If you need support from a yoga block underneath your pelvis, you can do so. Rest your forehead, take a couple of really deep breaths, breathe into your back. One more big deep breath, big inhale, find the top of your inhale. And exhale it all the way. Roll up and out of your child's pose, and that'll do it. We did about 30 minutes. Nice and quick pace, got right into it. Thanks for bearing with the warm-up. It just feels so wrong not to warm you up a little bit. Remember, these classes are donation-based only. If you can donate, awesome, I appreciate you. If not, no problem. Thanks for moving with me. And we'll be back. We'll do a couple more series like this. And let me know if you have any comments or questions, concerns, you loved it, you hated it. Tell me what your honest opinion is, okay? I love you. Bye.